Hello friends, once again welcome to the video, and we were discussing about vectors and scalars, and in this video I will complete the topic. Now, multiplication of vector by number. Suppose there is a vector with a magnitude, a vector magnitude. If the number k is multiplied with the vector, then it gives rise to the new vector, that is b vector is equals to k vector times a vector with the magnitude k times a. If k is the positive number, then the direction of b vector is same to the direction of a vector. If k is negative number, direction of b vector is opposite to a vector. That means here we have seen, if any number is multiplied with a vector, then the number will affect to the magnitude and direction of the original vector. That means if the k is positive number, then the direction will be the same as that of the original vector. If k is negative number, then the direction of the vector will be inverted, or the direction will be in the opposite direction, and the new vector has the magnitude k times the magnitude of original vector. Now let's come to the second point. Thus, multiplication of the vector by -1 inverts the direction of the vector. The vector a vector and minus a vector have same magnitude but the opposite direction. Now let's come to the third point. If a vector is a vector of magnitude a, if a vector has the magnitude a and I vector is a unit vector in the same direction, then we can write a vector is equals to magnitude of a vector times the unit vector in the same direction. Okay, now let's come to the next topic, subtraction of the vectors. What do you mean by the subtraction of vectors? If a vector and b vector be two vectors, we define the subtraction a vector minus b vector as the sum of the vectors a vector with the vector minus b vector. It is nothing, the subtraction of vector is nothing, but it's just an addition of a vector and the negative of b vector. Therefore, a vector minus b vector is equal to a vector plus negative of b vector. Here we can see in the diagram also, here is this arrow or this line represent the a vector, this line with arrow represent the b vector. The subtraction of vector a vector plus minus b vector, the minus b vector can be given as in the negative direction. The direction of minus b vector is negative to the direction of b vector. The magnitude is same, and this a vector and minus b vector is added or sum. The resultant of a vector and minus b vector can be given as a vector minus b vector. Now let's take one example. While taking here 1 point, let us also get 1 point. If the angle here is theta between a and b vector, then the angle between a vector and minus b vector will be 180 degree minus theta. This is the angle between a vector and minus b vector. Now let us take one example. Two vectors have equal magnitude of 5 units and have the angle 60 degree between them. Find one sum of vectors and second subtraction of second vector with first vector. Solution: let first vector be a vector and second vector be b vector. Therefore, magnitude of first vector, that is a vector, is 5 units, and also magnitude of b vector is 5 units because the vectors are equal. Now, in the first case, we require a vector plus b vector. Let us draw here a diagram. This is a vector and this is b vector. Both has the equal magnitude. This vector also have magnitude 5 unit. This vector also have magnitude 5 unit, and the angle between the vectors is 60 degree. Now, by using the formula of resultant a vector plus b vector as the magnitude a vector square plus b vector square plus 2ab cos theta. I have used the formula of resultant vector, magnitude of resultant vector. It will give, on simplification, 2 times 5 cos 30 degree, and the result is 5 root under 3 units. Again, in the second case, subtraction of the second vector, that means subtraction of b vector with first vector a vector. We need a vector minus b vector. Here we require a vector minus b vector. In diagram, this is a vector, this is b vector. If we need minus b vector, then we will reverse the direction of b vector with equal magnitude. B vector also have the minus b vector have also the equal magnitude as that of the b vector, that is 5 units. Therefore, magnitude of a vector minus b vector is equals to a square b square plus 2ab cos theta. Here theta will be 1. Here theta is 120 degree, and on simplification it will give 2 times 5 into cos 60 degree is equals to 5 units. Now let's come to the new topic, resolution of vectors. Let a vector is equals to OA vector, that is OA vector, which is a vector, okay, small a vector, makes angle alpha with x-axis and beta with y-axis. That means OA vector or a vector makes angle alpha with x-axis and makes angle beta with y-axis. Draw AB and AC. AB and AC, these are perpendiculars. These are perpendiculars drawn on x-axis and y-axis respectively. Now, here we have drawn perpendiculars OC and OB on x-axis and y-axis respectively. Now, here we will get one parallelogram, and if we use parallelogram law of vector addition here, then we can write a vector or OA vector is equals to OB vector plus OC vector. This OB and OC vector are the projection of OA vector on x-axis and y-axis. That means OB vector is the projection of A vector, OA vector in x-axis, and OC is the projection of A vector on y-axis. And here if we use the parallelogram law of vector addition, then we can write OA vector, which is also A vector, small a vector, is equal to OB vector plus OC vector. Thus we have resolved OA vector on two vectors, this OA vector in two vectors, that is OB vector in x-axis and OC vector on y-axis respectively. Furthermore, we can write OB by using the simple mathematics. We can write OB is equals to OA cos alpha. OB is equals to OA cos alpha. This alpha is the angle between OA and x-axis. And if along the x-axis, if the unit vector be I vector, then we can write OB vector is equals to magnitude of OB times unit vector along that line. That means OB vector can be written as A cos alpha I vector. Similarly, if J be the unit vector along y-axis, then OC vector can be given as magnitude of OC, which can be obtained by simple mathematics as OC is equals to OA cos beta. Beta is the angle between OA and OC, is equals to A cos beta, and here we can write OC vector to be magnitude of OC vector times unit vector along y-axis. That gives OC vector is equals to A cos beta times J vector. And thus, if we put OB vector and OC vector here, then we will get A vector is equals to A cos alpha I vector plus A cos beta J vector. Here, if we talk in 3 dimension or in x, y, z axis, then we can write single vector to be addition of three vectors. That means single vector to be projection in x vector plus projection in y, projection in x axis plus projection in y axis plus projection in z axis. That's why a vector can be written as a cos alpha I vector plus a cos beta j vector, a cos gamma k vector. Here k vector is considered to be unit vector along z axis, and gamma is the angle made by a vector with z axis. Here this a cos alpha is known as x component, a cos beta is known as y component, a cos gamma is known as z component. Therefore, any vector in three dimension or in x, y, z axis, we can write it as a vector is equals to ax I vector plus ay j vector plus az k vector. Here x component, ay is z component, az is ay is y component, and az is z component. We can project a vector on any line if we have direction and unit vector along that line. That means if any vector is given and any line is given, then that vector can be projected in any line, or we can find the component of that vector in any line if the angle between the vector and the line is given. Then if this vector has the magnitude a and it makes an angle theta with the line, then the projection of this vector in this line has the magnitude a cos theta. Okay, now let's take one example. A force vector of 10 Newton, that is F is equals to 10 Newton, makes an angle 60 degree with the x-axis. Find the component of the force on x-axis. Here the force has the vector force has the magnitude 10 Newton and it makes the angle 60 degree with the x-axis, and we are asked to find the magnitude of the projection, or we have asked to find the component x component of this force vector. Here we use this formula: fx, or the component of force in x direction, is equals to f cos theta. F is equals to 10 and cos theta is 60 degree. It will give the result 5 Newton. Okay, now if two vectors be given as a vector is equals to ax I vector plus ay j vector plus az k vector, and b vector is given as bx I vector plus by j vector plus bz k vector, then we can add these two vectors by adding the components of the vectors. Or if any number of the vectors is given, then we can just add those vectors by adding the components or respective components of those vectors. Here a vector plus b vector is equals to ax plus bx I vector plus ay plus by j vector plus az plus bz k vector. If the components are only along x axis and y axis, then a vector is equals to ax I vector plus ay j vector, b vector is equals to bx I vector plus by j vector. Therefore a vector plus b vector is equals to ax plus bx I vector plus ay plus by j vector. Angle made by resultant, that is angle made by a vector plus b vector with x axis, can be given as y component divided by z component. This addition of y component ax plus by divided by ax plus bx, and alpha here is the angle made by resultant with x axis. Now let us talk about the next topic: dot product or scalar product of the two vectors. Dot product is also known as the scalar product. Dot product of two vectors, a vector and b vector, is given as, there are two vectors, a vector and b vector, and the angle between these two vectors is theta. Then the dot product a vector dot b vector, this is the dot product, is given as ab cos theta. A is the magnitude of a vector B is the magnitude of B vector and theta is the angle between these two vectors. Thus, from here we can see, or the name of this product suggests that the dot product of two vectors give the scalar quantity. That means only the magnitude. It will not have the direction. The dot product between two perpendicular vectors is 0. If there are two perpendicular vectors, then the theta will obviously be 90 degree, and if theta is 90 degree, then the dot product will be 0 because cos 90 degree is equals to 0. Here dot product follows A vector dot B vector is equals to B vector dot A vector. This is the commutative law. Second, A vector dot B vector plus B vector is equals to A vector dot B vector plus A vector dot C vector. This is the distributive law. Here, one thing to be understand here about the A vector dot B vector is magnitude of A vector multiplied with projection of B vector in A vector. Or it can be understood in another way, magnitude of B vector multiplied with magnitude of projection of A vector along B vector. In that way also we can understand about the dot product of two vectors. Here one example is given. Work done is defined as the dot product of force and displacement, that is F vector dot R vector. Here F vector denotes force and R vector denotes displacement. So if the magnitude of the force, that is F, is equals to 10 Newton, and the magnitude of the displacement, that is R, is equals to 2 meter, angle between F and R, F vector and R vector is 60 degree, that is theta is equals to 60 degree. Find the work done by the force. Here, by the definition of the work done is equals to F vector dot R vector, which is Fr cos theta, can be given as 10 into 2 into 60 degree. 10 into 2 is equals to 20, and 60 degree is equals to cos 60 degree is equals to 1 by 2. This gives the result 10 Newton meter. Okay, now let's come here. Dot products between unit vector along x, y and z axis. We have already considered unit vector between unit vector along x, y and z axis are x vector, I vector, y, j vector and k vector respectively. Here I vector, j vector, I vector dot j vector, I vector dot k vector, j vector dot I vector, j vector dot k vector, k vector dot I vector, k vector dot j vector is equals to 0. Why this is 0? Because all I, j and k vectors are mutually perpendicular with each other, and that's why by this relation, if theta is 90 degree, then the dot product is 0, and this is shown here. Also, if I vector is scalar, if we find dot product between I vector and I vector, then I has the magnitude 1, I vector again has the magnitude 1, and the angle between them is 0. Cos 0, we know the value of cos 0 is 1. That's why I vector dot I vector is equals to 1. Similar to this, I vector dot I vector, j vector dot j vector, k vector dot k vector is equals to 1. By using these relations, if we and this relation, if we have two vectors, that is a vector is equals to ax I vector, ay j vector, az k vector, and b vector is equals to bx I vector, by j vector, bz k vector, then we get a vector dot b vector is ax bx, ay by, az bz. How? Because we can write here ax dot bx I, this that will be 1, and ax, this component will, if we obtain dot product with this and this, then it will obviously give the 0 resultant. That's why we'll get the final result of a vector dot b vector as ax bx, ay by, az. Now let's come to our last topic, cross product of vectors. The cross product of two vectors, a vector and b vector, denoted as a vector cross b vector, is also a vector. That means here is also a vector. It means the cross product will have magnitude as well as direction. its magnitude is given as a vector cross b vector magnitude is equals to ab sine theta. A is the magnitude of a vector, b is the magnitude of b vector, and theta is the angle between a vector and b vector. Here we have to note that the angle between these two vectors is here, this theta angle and the outside reflex angle. But here theta is the smaller angle between a vector and b vector. Now here if theta is equals to 0 degree or theta is equals to 180 degree, here if we put theta is equals to 0 or 180, then the sine theta will be 0. That's why then the condition will a vector cross b vector will be 0. That means whenever we want to obtain the cross product between two parallel or anti-parallel vectors, then the cross product will be 0. Okay, now our task is, by using this formula we can find the magnitude of the vectors, magnitude of the cross product. But the next task is how to find the direction of the cross product. We can use right hand thumb rule to find the direction of the cross product. What we have to do is, there are two vectors, a vector and b vector. Here if we want to find cross product of a vector and b vector, then we first put our palm facing all the fingers except thumb facing upward, and all the fingers facing towards the first vector, that is a vector. And if we call our all the fingers except this thumb towards the next vector, that is b vector, if we call all the vectors towards the b vector, then the thumb in the upward direction gives the direction of the cross product of the vector. Therefore a vector dot b vector cross b vector is equals to ab sine theta n vector. Here n cap is the unit vector along the thumb. This rule suggests cross product do not follow commutative law, that is a vector cross b vector doesn't equal to b vector cross a vector, but it is a vector cross b vector is equals to b vector cross a vector with negative direction. Again, it follows the distributive law. A vector cross b vector plus c vector is equals to a vector cross b vector plus a vector cross c vector. Next point, it does not follow the associative law. That means a vector cross b vector does not equal to a vector cross b vector cross c vector. Now let's come to the cross product between unit vectors along x, y and z axis. Here I vector cross j vector, by using right hand thumb rule, I vector cross j vector, they are mutually perpendicular with each other. I vector cross j vector is equal to k vector, and that's why j vector cross k vector will be negative of k vector. J vector cross k vector is equals to I vector, that's why k vector cross j vector is equals to negative of the I vector. Next, k vector cross I vector is equals to j vector, that's why I vector cross k vector is equal to minus j vector. This is for the mutually perpendicular axis unit vectors. Now next is, what will happen if I vector cross I vector j vector dot j vector is equals to k vector cross here will be the cross vector. I vector cross I vector, j vector cross j vector, and k vector cross k vector will be 0, since these vectors are the cross product between the parallel vectors. Here we have known parallel cross product between parallel or anti-parallel vectors is 0. Now let us do one example. Two vectors, a vector and b vector, have the magnitude a is equals to 3 and b is equals to 4, and a vector cross b vector is equals to 6. Find the angles between a vector and b vector. Here The magnitude of A vector cross B vector is AB sin theta, we know, and magnitude of A vector cross B vector is 6. Therefore 6 here is equals to magnitude of A is equals to 3, magnitude of B is equals to 4, is equals to times sin theta. This gives sin theta is equals to 6 divided by 12, which gives sin theta is equals to 1 divided by 2, and from here we will get theta is equals to 30 degree or theta is equals to 150 degree. Thank you.